Hello, Leo. Welcome in. We're going to be doing your December tarot reading today. I've already meditated on your energy and pulled some of my astrology cards to. I like to do this mainly to get a sense intuitively of what energies you're going to be dealing with the most this month. And we got Mars energy coming through here, motion forward related to the number 22. And something significant that stood out the most to me was this sword and these arms. Very masculine energy here, regardless of gender. And that red, right? Like very root chakra heavy energy here. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. So I feel like to me that's also me sneezing, like a clearing of energy. Whew. And also, like, regardless of gender, just this very masculine energy coming through pretty strongly of like really knowing yourself and really leading with that energy and cutting away from anything that's not serving you. You also had dignified strength on the bottom with the spiral staircase and this purple door related to the number 13, which can be reduced to 4, same with 22, so 444 could be significant here. But I get this sense that you're really evolving here and stepping through a gateway into a new timeline, which collectively we are doing that together right now. But yeah, you really have to like cut away anything that's not serving you before you can walk through this doorway. And that can feel really intense because it's like your old life has to die first before, like, as you're ascending up this staircase, right? So it could feel like a lonely walk to this gateway, but there's so much on the other side. And I think we're also being shown already, like, you could already have a lot of the new coming forward, and it's like you see a glimpse of it, and that could be the motivator that is pushing you to the other side of all of this energy. And I probably should have said that this South Node card was actually still in the box. It was the only card left in the box that I missed, but I found that to be significant for you guys, so I kept this card out as well. And so yeah, this is the South Node, which has to do with our past lives, things that make us feel comfortable but are also like it's not helping us in this lifetime, or not, I should say, not serving us anymore, like weighing us down, keeping us from ascending. This card is related to the number 33, and yeah, everything I was just saying, it's like you really have to purge the past to be able to move forward through this gateway. And another thing I will say is that we still have Mars in Aries. Wait, no, that's not what I meant. We still have Aries in retrograde. We still have Chiron retrograde in Aries, is what I meant to say. Sorry about that. It's because we have the Mars card out here. But yeah, so Chiron is still retrograde in the sign of Aries, and I see this as really illuminating our wounds and our blind spots so that we can really, really heal on a deep level to move forward from a place of a deeper sense of wholeness internally here. So a really strong and beautiful start to your reading here. What cards do I want to use to open up the reading? I'm feeling really drawn towards my magical unicorn cards today. We are moving into the year of the horse, so let's see what's going on. Decide. It's time to clearly make a decision about what you want. These readings also could be for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus is my intention. So I always recommend looking or watching each one of your signs, and then you can kind of like connect the dots and see what resonates for you, and different placements can be more resonant at different times. There's a long time where I really aligned with my moon readings more than anything. And lately I feel more connected to like my rising sign. So it can vary. Then we have relax, everything's okay is coming out here. It says don't worry, it's all going to be fine. And then we have curiosity, start a project related to something you're curious about. So the energy is definitely there for you to, yeah, then we have wish upon a star on the bottom, make a wish and expect the very best. So there might be something that you need to make a decision about. And I feel like Spirit really wants you to trust yourself in whatever that decision may be. Maybe you're really worried about like making the wrong decision. I think it's like you really just have to trust yourself and do what you feel is best in the moment. And trust that everything is in divine alignment and timing. And then curiosity, start a project related to something you're curious about. I feel like this is really encouraging you to put all of this energy. Well, you are fire sign, so I'm assuming just this fiery energy that's already coming through your reading into something that, again, that you're curious about, that interests you, and see where it takes you. Feels very exploratory, and like, even if I'm getting the sense of some of you might be feeling really isolated or lonely right now, and I feel like it's really important for you to like lean in to some curiosity of yours to kind of create more joy in your life and get away from that feeling of isolation or loneliness here. Let's see what's going on in the tarot for y'all for December. Let's see what wants to come through here. Queen of Wands coming out. The Page of Pentacles, the King of Swords. Let me get this reading laid out for y'all, and then we will go through it all. Ooh, excuse me. Four of Wands coming through. Whoa, that one wanted to fly out here. Strength card. Look at it. And it's like the strength card up here is in the middle. And then, oh, I guess you can't see the cards. The strength card here also came out in the middle. Maybe I'll move this down a little so you can see. Sorry. Well, you can kind of see now. Let's shuffle a little bit. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. You can see a little bit more now. I was so focused on you seeing me, I forgot that some people like to see the cards. Three of Pentacles falling out here. The High Priestess. No, excuse me, the High Priest. There's a masculine priest and a feminine priest in this tarot deck. See what else wants to come through here, and then we will talk about it. How are y'all doing out there? Drop a comment below and tell me what's going on with y'all. Six of Swords in reverse. What's that about? Alright, let's clarify a little bit and then we'll talk about everything. We have this Tower card. What is this Tower coming through here in the future? Okay, Three of Cups in reverse. They're falling out in reverse. I keep my cards upright because that's how I like to read them. because I like to intuitively read and go based off of like what other cards are coming out and whatnot. So it's interesting that they are coming out in reverse intentionally. The Tower card leading to the Three of Cups in reverse and the Five of Cups. One more card on that combination. Three of Cups in reverse and the Five of Cups, please. One more. One more card on this, please. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. Okay. And the Six of Wands on the bottom. Let's just ask also, what is this? Oh, jeez. The Six of Swords in reverse. I want to ask about that as well. Now, the Eight of Swords in reverse. One more. Hey, the suspended person. Oh my gosh. Okay. The Two of Pentacles. All right, let's get into the reading, and the same energy continues to come out. So I think there's a reason for that. So let's talk about this, and then we'll come back to that situation. Queen of Wands, Queen of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. So Queen of Wands and Page of Pentacles, I feel like this is a very grounded energy coming through here. What is this? There's something going on here. I've never had a reading come through like this. Like there's like a block here or something. What is this King of Swords? Medicine Wheel. Okay, here we go. The Seven of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the World card. Okay. So I feel like you're going through a chain of events that is causing your energy to shift in a major way. This year, I feel like, has really forced you to look at what you have within yourself, this Seven of Pentacles and the Hermit card, and force you to go into some sort of quiet space with yourself to really close out a major cycle in your life here. Now, the Queen of Wands and Page of Pentacles, this could be a feminine energy making a grounded offer towards a masculine energy, or it doesn't have to be about gender, but it's like a very fiery, passionate person coming forward with a small and grounded offer here towards this King of Swords. So I'm being called to use a different deck, which I haven't done in quite some time. But I'm curious, like, what is this King of Swords about? There's way too many cards. What is this King of Swords about? Yeah, so there could be a very detached masculine energy that is very guarded because of whatever. Yes, okay, it's coming through now. Wow, that was a journey. That was a journey. A similar storyline came out for, which sign was it? I think it was Aquarius. Where it's like there is a very powerful feminine energy here, and then there's a masculine that is the one that went through a really big cycle that needed to be closed out. And they really had to like understand themselves and become this hermit. And because of that, this King of Swords and the Seven of Wands, they may have came off really detached and really pushed back on your energy because of the healing that they need to do here. And there's like this sneaking away to moving forward and making a small offer toward you. So very interesting here. We have the Empress on the bottom of this deck here. So that could be a masculine making a small offer towards a feminine. Now, let's keep going here. We have the Four of Wands, the Strength card, and the Three of Pentacles in the present moment, which feels good. It feels like, this feels like through working together, this connection will be able to survive and overcome this period of disharmony that's coming through. Yeah, and the King of Swords is, this came out with the, when I clarified the King of Swords, the medicine wheel. And what that tells me too is like, this is beyond kind of like our human mind and our human timing on things. And more like this individual needed to, this could be an earth sign with that Seven of Pentacles and the Hermit card coming out. Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. And the King of Swords, they could also be have air in their chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, yeah, this person like pushed back because they had some really deep healing they needed to do, and now it's like this is in the hands of the universe. The medicine wheel is related to the Wheel of Fortune, so that is like divine timing and yeah, things being led by something greater than us. Yes, and through collaboration and work, this relationship can overcome whatever disharmony there's been, like I said. Tending to, almost like working like tending to a garden. Yeah, just like, and that makes sense just because of like the imagery here. Now, the High Priest, the Tower card, and the Six of Swords in reverse. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze again. Now, this is what I want to talk about with this, is this masculine energy could go through something unexpected that creates even more delays here. And they could be going through something that, like with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, that affects like their stability. And but at the same time, the Eight of Swords in reverse and the suspended person, I feel like this person will be able to like come out of this. But right now it's like they're at a stagnant like standstill here. And if we think about the astrology that's going on, I highly recommend listening to the December astrology video, as I went through a lot. I went through in a lot of depth about everything that we're dealing with collectively right now. And we have some major, major energy happening right now. And I'm sure you all feel that. But let's talk about it really quick. I'll give you some brief points. And of course, if you want to go deeper, you can click down below. I have the December video linked below. But right now we have Neptune at the final degrees of Pisces. It is going direct in a few days from when I'm recording this video. It will probably just be going direct by the time you see this. I think that's December 10th, if I'm not mistaken. And so Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and we have Neptune at the final degree of Pisces. So that's a big deal. It's the final degree of the last sign of the zodiac, which is like a very karmic completion of a very long cycle. Now, Neptune, I'm pretty sure, yes, stays in a sign for like 13 years. So you can imagine think about that, since, can I do math? 2012? This is closing out. So much freaking energy. So really, we're really being asked to trust the process of all of this and allow things to move as they need to, and really just surrender and trust the divine timing and everything. Another thing is that I'm being called to share is that the feminine energy, regardless of gender, this exists within all of us, right? But if you align as like a divine feminine, we're really being asked to learn how to receive and allow and not push things that are like resisting us, right? So I feel like I am speaking to somebody dealing with, like, there's two people here in the reading. I don't know who's watching this video, right, on either side, but it's like somebody is going through a lot of shifts energetically, and the other person is basically being asked to continue to cultivate themselves and focus on their own energy, so they don't get wrapped up in all of these big cycles closing. And it's also really good too that we all kind of stay in our lane right now as these major cycles close out, so we can allow like the old life to really shed again, so we can step through the doorway into our new timeline here. We also have Saturn just went direct in Pisces, and both Neptune and Saturn, though they are starting to go direct or about to go direct, they still are in the sign of Pisces. And it's almost like how, like when Mercury goes direct, but it's still in a shadow period, which we are literally in right now, which is going to switch to Sag soon, because Mercury's still in Scorpio in the shadow phase. So my point is, it's like these planets, Neptune and Saturn, are still going to be in this shadow phase energy, and they will move into Aries come the end of January into February. And then eventually in February, they're going to be conjunct in Aries. So it's just like a major, I think that's February 20th. So it's really good to just sit with that energy with Saturn and really take our time and allow these chapters to slowly close out in the natural timing and its natural, and just like with the natural way of life, you know, let things close out organically is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's really important just to take everything day by day for the next couple months and kind of see where we're at come February and March. But that's what all of this reversal energy feels like. It feels like there's a lot that still needs to be moved through, felt, understood, cleared mentally before there can be this movement forward. And that's what it feels like is what's ahead of us here. So let's ask Spirit, how should Leo handle this reversal energy? I think that's why they kept like just showing me reversal until it was like, Krista, like talk about Neptune and Saturn being retrograde in Pisces. And I got there. I finally was like, oh, that's what they want me to talk about. Eight of Wands, Page of Wands. Interesting. This is communication. This is opportunities, a message coming forward. How should Leo handle this? Knight of Cups. Interesting. It's asking you to like basically keep moving forward and communicate. Page of Cups. Interesting. That's not what I was expecting, to be honest. Why are we being encouraged to communicate even though we have all this reversal energy here? Temperance, to bring balance into some sort of connection here. Now, intuitively, depending on like who you are in this scenario, I think you'll know what you need to do here. Now, if there needs to be communication, what do I want to say? If there needs to be communication to bring balance into a connection, and you feel in your heart that that would be helpful, and it might just take some courage for you to do so, then I encourage you to do that. And otherwise, I think it's just important to like let all these cycles close out. But yeah, I guess if you are aligned with the divine feminine energy, I would suggest that it's better to just allow and be in this receival energy at this time. So let's close out the reading with some of my Starseed Oracle cards. Sorry, I had a little interruption there. So let me ask, for the divine feminine, should you be taking any action right now? What should you be doing? Okay, no. Ten of Swords coming out strongly here. Now let's ask for the divine masculine. What should you be doing? Again, this regardless of gender. You know what energies you align with. Knight of Wands. Okay, exactly what I was thinking, and I didn't want to just say that without kind of looking. Queen of Swords on the bottom. Cutting away from the BS, right? Straight up truth here. But yeah, I feel like it's the masculine who needs to communicate in this reading here. And the feminine with that Ten of Swords coming out, I feel like the feminine has really gone through some tough cycles. And they're kind of done. Like they're not reaching out in this situation any longer. Anything else on this Ten of Swords? Anything else on this Ten of Swords? Judgment, yeah. And I think this has led you to an awakening, divine feminine energy. Awakening to your own sense of self-worth and to understanding that you like can't do it all. So really just allowing the masculine to communicate when they are ready to do so, but like not stopping yourself from living your life. Like you need to continue to live your life, and like I said earlier, like work on projects that interest you. Like don't wallow in anything, just like live your life and feel good about it and trust that the universe has a plan. Let's see what wants to come out here too. Yeah, exactly. This reading was really interesting. It was like kind of a journey to get to where we are now. That was too many cards. So let's just... one card, please, Spirit. So we have the 7 Star Sisters on the bottom, birthing creation, tapestry of life and expression. And then we have your life as a canvas, artist manifestation, creative accountability, jump in, adventure, say yes to change. And then we have earthed, learning how to be human in the world but not of it. So yeah, I feel like you're really meant to really explore yourself. Look at how like she's jumping into a freaking eyeball there. And really learn how to... I feel like in this scenario, not only is it learning how to like maneuver the 3D realm, but that's what it's about. And I feel like this is about like having boundaries, and really for the feminine energy and the masculine, but having boundaries and really understanding how to carry your own frequency and creating like peace in your life that cannot be disturbed by outside forces, which is having good boundaries, right? And creative accountability, like, I feel like you might have a lot of gifts opening up, a lot of spiritual energy opening up here, and you do have like a sense of responsibility to engage in these creative endeavors and really explore yourself, because there's a lot of magic within you that needs to shine and to be embodied, right? Embodied in the world, but not of it, which is so beautiful. Think about that energy that feels so like ethereal, and it's like you're untouchable, yet you are here and you're making such a big impact. And I feel like that's what is needed here, is for you to embody the magic that already exists within you and to really shine that frequency outward. And yeah, just be happy in your life and allow yourself to align with what's meant to be. Surrender and allow the situation to play out, and allow that medicine wheel and the universe to really to help you with this. Some things I feel like humans, we try to like figure it all out in our minds when there's really, so much more behind the scenes happening to help us align with what we need to align with. And sometimes we have to just like take a step back and allow that process to unfold. So thank you so much, Leo, for tuning in. This reading was a journey. I hope you're able to find a message here today. If you ever want a private reading from me, you can click the link down below to my website. I offer a 45-minute reading down there, or you can email me at existinloveconsulting@gmail.com. It should be like right here as well. And yeah, in case you have any questions or would like a shorter or longer reading, we can always talk about that. I do offer twin flame readings. I offer energetic check-in readings, and yeah, we can really explore whatever your needs or desires are. And as always, if you're able to find a message here and you like my content, please like, share, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, comment. I want to hear about your lives. I want to connect with y'all. So yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, and stay tuned, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Okay, bye.